of all, particularly, I want to say a special good evening to the head table. And they are there. Most of all, the acting Prime Minister, the Health Minister, welcome, sir. And to all the others. But a VIP, welcome to the observers. I mean, we have some from the OECS, we have the CARICOM, the OAS, and etc. So we want to welcome you all, and I hope you have a good time here, We have a lot of hot water. You should go over there and stuff like that and rejuvenate yourself when you go back. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be following the consultation for a long while. From day one, from Monday, and then we had the Bar Association, the lawyers, and really and truly, I'm not impressed. Because in a consultation, that's also positive vibes so that they can take parts from there, like good points, and they could join it together with what Sir Dennis Byron, because what Sir Dennis Byron presents is not all that we are accepting. So I believe, what was happening, there was just peddling, the agenda of, the United Workers' Party. On Tuesday, there was a political party and independent candidates. And I listened to the opposition leader, and clearly, nothing substantial. I come on Wednesday, which are the civil engineers, contractors, and other professionals. And I listened to a gentleman, and he said that he's registered to vote in a constituency, and he can register to vote in the constituency, and then he can vote 2 places. I heard that. And I find, this is not right. You can't say, because nobody can vote twice in an election from one constituency to the other. That's highly impossible in Dominica. And the entire Caribbean, maybe the whole as by extension. And I listen to others, parties and whatever they say. Nothing substantial, nothing at all. But, it's okay, but we're listening. Now, I'll deal with points, key points, which we're talking about in here, all of us here. In terms of the 5-year span we have, as a matter of what is at hand at this point in time, if you have been out there for 5 years and you haven't been back once, you are not eligible to vote. We know that. According to Sir Dennis Byron in his report, ladies and gentlemen, he stated the same 5 years, but if you haven't been for 90 days, or preferably 50 days, you will not vote. And for me, trust me, I am not in favor of that, and I'll tell us why. I'll say why. I have a brother who is in the diaspora, brothers. And we have many of them out there in the diaspora. I'll tell you that. They are working hard out there. 3 jobs, 4 jobs. Some of them, they're fortunate to have 1 job so they can probably buy a piece of land or buy an apartment, whatever house you have. So they're leaving. Some of them paying their rent. And rent in America is not easy. We know that. It's not easy for them. And they also pay their tax in Dominica. Why is Dominican here to paying their land tax? They are paying it out there. They pay in the land tax. So when they have houses, brothers and sisters, they have houses. And they're sending them money because they have account in Dominica. They're building houses so that they come back here and retire. We know that. Retire. And they're paying, they're selling barrels every year. Even when bad times and good times. 2015, 2017, Hurricane Maria, they're selling a lot of barrels, folks. We know that. Sending monies. And as a matter of fact, my brother told us, right, at this point, you guys, he asked us, what are these couple of shoes at home? So we take and say, we have one and one over there. Because he came by City Breeze. He left, it's like he leave a couple of days and stuff like that. So he left a couple of shoes. He's telling us they've been charging for the weight now. And it's true, they're charging it now, so it's difficult. So I'm saying, brothers, even the diaspora celebrate independence. They're having the Miss Warp duet in America. They're having it higher. And we come in there in Clandon side position and speaking all kind of stuff. They even in St. Thomas and Croix, they're celebrating Flag Day. We know that. We know, and we come here. A lot of people come here and not speaking from their heart, not genuinely. They're not doing it. They're speaking out of hate and malice. It's true. So, I'm saying that 90 days and 50 days, it is a no. We don't want that in that. Simple as that. No. I come in. Number 2, the voter ID card, which everybody talking about. Voter ID card. That is like, the norm all over Roseau. Voter ID card. But ladies and gentlemen, tell me, even though Antigua have their specific card for voting, Jamaica have it as well, and the other countries, why we should follow them? We should not. We should have a card that multi-purpose use. You could use it to vote. You can use it to go to the bank. As a matter of fact, you can use your social security card to go across whatever. You could travel. And this is a government ID card, ladies and gentlemen. So why? You see what I'm saying here? Okay, let's suppose that you lost your ID card, which they want. If you lost your card, what you going to do? Are you going to swear and all that kind of story when you can just use your social security card or your passport or your driver's license because it have the picture ID on it? You know what I'm saying? I believe the government should make provisions because according to Dennis Byron, he's saying that a national ID card is the way to go. And the government should put in place, the AGs right there, I'll be listening to them every night. I believe they should put in place, if you lost your national ID card, whatever, they should make provision so like you could use something in the alternative. You could use your social security card, driver's license, or passport if in case your national ID card, because nothing is impossible. Anything happens. So that's my second one.
Thank you. We'll have to wrap up. We have a number.
Okay, one more. I'll take one more. One more.
Okay, last point.
One more.
But you have to make it very brief.
Because I want to stop. I'll tell you what, I'm going to deal with the finance reform, campaign finance reform. Ladies and since I know myself, I never know they have campaign finance reform in Dominica. Government has come. Government has gone. It never happened. I believe that every party should be responsible of their finance for their campaign. Yes, you should be responsible. Because, you cannot tell me, I have to have an audit and how much money I use and all kind of story, and you have to pay for the audit, And because Mr. Clarence is an audit specialist, so you have to pay for that audit report. So who going to pay for that? And some parties, you see what I realize, you see what going on, what happening is 2014, 2019. And the party, United Workers' Party, it seems they don't have friends. So if they don't have friends, we don't have our friends then. If you have $20, we have our $20 too. It cannot be. You're supposed to be responsible of your election campaign. So if you can't do that, you're ready for politics yet. So if you can't come in the jam, don't come in it. It's as simple as that. So on that note, finally, I want to thank you for the opportunity. And God bless all of you. God bless Dominica. I hope we have a wonderful, wonderful night.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much for your contribution. I would just really like to encourage us as much as possible to keep within a reasonable time limit, as we indicated earlier. We had Pamela Gist, and then Paul Bunch. Go ahead, Miss Gist.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Go ahead, just speak into the
yes. Good afternoon, everybody. Extremely thankful for a lot of things. And in particular this afternoon, I'm thankful that the citizens of the Nature Isle of the Caribbean, Dominica, can get such an opportunity to be part of this process in helping to determine and to be part of the process that impacts the Nature Isle where elections are concerned. Dominica truly is a democratic state. I wrote down a little bit a while ago a couple of things I just wanted to say quickly because I don't want to stray. So I'm most probably going to read it quickly. Concerning the report of Sir Byron, which I believe is quite a bit of excellent work, hard work. While I am very fine with a number of suggestions that were being proposed, there are some things that are of concern to me as a proud citizen of this land. First of all, the issue of the voter registration and all of what was generated, all of the discussions that have been generated so far. Actually, this is my first consultation. I've been out of state. I came in over the weekend, so I'm so glad to finally be part of this. That I'm hearing of voters lists and people removing voters from the list. That doesn't go down too nice with me. I heard persons talking about complete registration. And then I wonder, are we even thinking about the elderly of this country? Those who are incapable of moving around or even bedridden. And, but they are very much alert. They are listening to the daily news, even calling radio talk shows. How do we propose to begin to re-register the elderly in this land? Because they very much want to be part of the electoral process. They have been the forerunners of this land. And as for the idea of biometrics, are we going to carry them someplace to have them fingerprinted? Are we going to have them to go someplace to have photo IDs done for them so that they will be part of the electoral process? We all know those persons. They are in our community. They have always been the Mababa and the Mr. Roy and the Maros. We have always known them. And even on election day, we know who they are. Is that what we can, my friend? Is that what we can really offer? Is that what we are prepared to offer our elderly? Magwesa, all of us born either at Princess Margaret Hospital or in Buetica are bona fide citizens of Dominica. And when we registered to vote, we met certain requirements and our names were subsequently placed on the voters list, giving us the right to cast our votes for the government of our choice. Migrating for economic reasons, and a lot of us in here have done that. Migrating for economic reasons does not make us a non-Dominican. We are all Dominicans. Even when people die, we turn around years later and we say they were a good Dominican. I am of the firm belief that only death should remove your name from the voters list. Because obviously, you no longer require your name to go and vote because you cannot vote at that time. We must not in no way impose any system on our country that will suppress voters to exercise their franchise. Of particular interest to me is campaign financing, like the brother just said. Why is it that some of us would just love to sit somewhere, talk, do nothing, and want to use the finance of the country, little as it may be, small island, underpopulated, very little economic activity, would be so comfortable waiting to use that little money in the treasury to run our campaigns? If a party is unable to raise its own campaign funds, can I trust this party to be the next government in my country to raise funds to develop my country? The party in power, mark you, the party in power may always